Did you know that Armenia is not only a country with a rich history and vibrant culture, but also renowned for its incredibly beautiful women? Welcome to our channel. In this video, we're going to explore the fascinating life in Armenia, delving into its stunning landscapes, deep-rooted traditions, and the allure of its people. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more amazing content. Let's get started. 1. The beauty of Armenian women. There are common worldwide notions that Armenian women are very beautiful. In fact, their beauty has roots in gene pool. Precisely, Armenian women are beautiful by nature. Delicate features of a face, late-night eyes, high cheekbones, and subconscious dignity combined with dark, silky hair. The beauty that the writers appreciate therefore transcends the physical features and includes, but is not limited to, cultural endowment and individual virtues. Part of Armenian women's beauty is that they still adhere to the tradition and keep family values as one of the most important imperatives. Presently, many women of Armenia are grown with a very good level of respect for womanhood and its culture. This upbringing gives them a respect for the arts and education in them, which shapes their character and inner beauty on the path of intellectual beauty. The Armenian woman is humble, sweet-natured, compassionate, and knows the great value of family and community, largely due to Armenian culture. The clothing and accessorizing can also be another considerable part of Armenian women's daily existence. They occasionally combine modern accessories in their appearance, but have conventional outlooks. Adornments such as embroidered dresses, fine jewelry, and colorful shawls are common with them as a result of their cultural inclined background. Besides beautifying their personalities, fashion preferences depict pride in their cultures and ancestry. The mix of the two eras shows the contemporary touch of the building with the preservation of the Armenian spirit, which makes it both amazingly interesting and stunning from the architectural point of view. Armenian women are very conscious and elaborate about their dressing style and always show off a sophisticated outlook. Exavana, topics related to skincare and grooming, are important aspects of their everyday lives, which evidently shows their youthful appearance and lush hair. It also helps to maintain their natural beauty by the sort of care they take in washing, drying, and combing their hair. However, the good looks of Armenian women are not just only in their outlook, but the internal beauty as well. They are wise, they are kind, and they have a clear vision of who they are, which makes them interesting people to befriend. It tends to be highly intelligent and experienced in expressing them, which makes them likely to appreciate literature, history, and the arts. Education and awareness of culture and the world are other things that one cannot deny about them, which make them to be lovely people to interact with. One can state that Armenian women are not only beautiful in terms of looks, but are incredibly diverse and interesting from the cultural point of view. Soft and sharp features, including their eyes, cheekbones, and black hair, are topped up by their being cultured and with appreciable regard for art and learning. This last factor is rather appealing as they embody Western aesthetics and combine it with references to the Oriental culture. The presence of both physical attractiveness, which is not only admirable, but also well-cultivated, outstanding intelligence, and high esteem for their nationality makes Armenian women charming and elegant ladies who deserve admiration and respect anywhere. 2. Rich cultural heritage culture is another aspect which provides clear evidence that Armenian civilization is among the oldest in the world. It offers an array of historical sites, Orthodox churches, and culturally preserved arts, shows, and customs that are still in practice today, revealing a vibrant history of the country. The music and dance is one of the most important things that are unique to the country of Armenia in terms of culture. It is common in Armenian music to have a traditional and special set of instruments such as duduk. This is a woodwind musical instrument with a haunting sound, and the kanun. This is a string musical instrument that provides an extended and harmonic line. These instruments are closely associated with such dances that are commonly used during wedding ceremonies and other festival events, providing people with a happy atmosphere. Extremely fast and smooth as the Armenian people, the features of the Armenian dances include fast steps and dances. The Armenian language, which has been spoken around the world for several thousand years, is also one of the pillars of Armenian culture. One of the profound elements of pride in Armenian culture, one that is exclusive to Armenians, is the unique alphabet which was formed in the 5th century by St. Mesrop Mashtots. This heritage of abounding vivid language is remembered and perpetuated throughout literature, poetry, and other aspects of contemporary popular culture. The language is an important tool of connection to the nation's history, and as such enables the passing on of such ethnic heritage and other forms of knowledge between generations. Cultural aspects of Armenia also include the role of food. Moreover, it has a very significant importance in the life of Armenians. Some popular examples of Armenian cuisine include korovats, which means barbecue, dolm, that means stuffed grape leaves, and lavash, that translates to flatbread, that are supposed to be eaten on special celebrations and ceremonies. It is used in preparation of foods, and its distribution is as a show of hospitality and love from the Armenian people. Lunches and dinners are not only multiple and involve many courses and different tastes, but also have a relation to the ethnic cuisine of South Korea. Armenian cuisine is famous for its moderation in the use of spices and kind generosity in the use of herbs and other seasonings. Mint, parsley, and sumac and other herbs and spices are used in preparing foods such as salads to give them a better taste. From time to time, Armenians make lavash, an ancient type of bread which is listed by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage and which accompanies every meal. Lavash is baked in a ground-up hearth oven, and the bread-making process is usually a collective one that also unites the family and friends and maintains the tradition of making bread in a specific way. However, it has some other cultural aspects as well, including music, language, and food. And one cannot talk about Armenian culture without mentioning its iconic architecture. Many monasteries and churches dot around the country, and most of the constructions go back to as early as the Christian era. These include the cathedrals, which not only serve as church buildings, but significant landmarks, representing the Gothic-style medieval architecture with carvings on the stones and frescoes on the walls. All in all, it can be concluded that Armenian culture is diverse, colorful, and rooted in the past, and is an essential aspect of the national identity. From the distinct sound of the music and the energetic dance moves to the tenacity displayed in the language and the savory food, Armenian culture is self-explanatory. Such preservation of this history is pride and strength to ensure their culture is sustained and passed on to the future generations. 3. Daily life in Armenia. The situations in Armenia are very interesting, and people there still continue the traditions of their ancestors, but at the same time use all the achievements of modern civilization. In the central area of Yerevan, for example, there is the phenomenon of an active urban lifestyle with cafes and shops and a rich art culture. The city boasts of broad avenues, Soviet-style buildings, and a beautiful splash of modern architecture. However, getting into the city from there is only a 30-minute drive, and only several kilometers from the city, one can discover the rural setting where people continue to live a simple country life, which gives a sharp contrast from the busy city. Family occupies a prominent place in Armenian culture, and it is considered as the principal value of the Armenian population. There are still many families with several generations living in the same house, which may include grandparents, parents, and children. This family norm traditional practice ensures the children have close relationships and they consult one another when need arises. Friendship in this ethnic group is more or less frequent, but people meet often, especially during gatherings that require eating together and telling stories. This has a rather positive effect because family is always treated as important and a lot of attention is paid to people of all ages. Schooling remains one of the most essential facets of Armenian culture and traditions. The country has a sound education sector, and a significant population of learners attend college locally or abroad if they can afford it. This information clearly serves to illustrate the given emphasis on learning as the numerous and improving literacy rates, as well as the various cultural and educational establishments within the country. Armenian educational institutions, such as the schools and universities, are trying to give the people good education, and literature, science, and arts are valued in the country. Culturally, emphasis is placed on education as a symbol of personal besides being an instrument of change in the nation. It is possible to state that work-life balance in Armenia has connections as the two concepts coexist in people's lives. It is a fact that many people are employed in conditions like information technology, travel and hospitality, and farming industries. These areas include software development, information technology, and business innovation. The technology sector in particular has been rapidly developing in Yerevan. Tourism likewise has potential in shaping Armenia's economic landscape due to the array of historical sites, aesthetically pleasing natural views, and cultural aspects that tourists can explore. Agriculture has its place to date as many families are still involved in farming and producing wine. Still, the Armenians find the time for some socializing and other leisure activities, even if they are actively working. Local cafes are social places where people go to meet friends, relatives, order coffees and tea, and some local pastries. An intense cafe culture, most of the cafes have outside areas where people can sit back, relax, and enjoy the graphical atmosphere of Yerevan weather and streets. It is common for socializing to occur during evenings to accommodate dinner parties or other cultural activities, such as shows and plays. Weekends and holidays are significant days that warrant people not to work, but rather engage in recreation and social functions. Most of the Armenians were given the free time to visit various parts of the country, with some of the most visited places being the Lake Sevan, Dilijan National Park, and archaeological sites spread across most regions. NBN reasserts the link to nature and legacy of these places and offers a delightful departure from the humdrum of everyday existence. Therefore, Armenia and things going on in it can be categorized as daily life traditions of the contemporary world, with certain references to traditions. Yerevan itself is packed with modern buildings and busy street traffic, but only a couple hours away you have the serenity of rustic countryside villages. Family, education, work, and recreation are evenly interwoven, therefore ensuring that one leads an exceptional quality of life. Pride, unity, preservation of culture, and the capacity of the people of Armenia to wake up from the dead and constantly evolve is definitely noteworthy. 4. Armenia's stunning landscapes. The natural landscape of Armenia is as magnificent as any country in the entire world, if not considerably more beautiful. The country is a mixture of wonderful geographical features such as Mount Ararat, with snowtop, beautiful valleys, calm and clear water lakes, and so on. It's one of the smallest countries in the world, but it is packed with stunning landscapes and interesting fauna and flora for tourists and adventurers. In Armenia, one can distinctly single out one of the most picturesque and largest freshwater lakes, Lake Sevan. As one of the biggest freshwater high-altitude lakes globally, Lake Sevan attracts many visitors who wish to explore its beautiful surroundings and natural beauty. With its clean sandy beaches and stunning landscape mountain ranges, Larnaca is considered to be an excellent destination for leisure. During the summer, people can engage in swimming and boating or fishing, whereas Thiki Shoreline provides the perfect place to go picnicking and camping, among other activities. This natural feature is especially attractive for tourists with a combination of views of Savanavank Monastery, located on the peninsula and the lake. In terms of geography, the country can boast of a great stock of mountainous country, which provides excellent possibilities for a range of outdoor activities. Indeed, hiking is one of the most common activities enjoyed in the region, as there are rocky trails for easy strolls, nature trails, and even steep trails for those with more energy to spare. The great area of Armenian highlands offers dozens of trails to get to the most secluded villages, prehistoric monuments, and a waterfall or two. In winter, the mountain becomes a popular and favorite place for snowboarders and skiers. Places like Tsagkadzor are situated to offer great opportunities for winter activities, drawing athletes and tourists from the region. Tours that will remain a lasting memory include Dilijan National Park, that is considered one of the most mind-blowing natural sites in Armenia. This park is one of the most renowned ones in the country. It got its nickname, Armenian Switzerland, because the park is all about mountains covered with conifer forests, meadows, and rich animal life. Animals and plants can also be found in this park, some of which are native to this region of the world. There are many trails for hiking and biking within the park, thus affording tourists with beautiful views of the wildlife, as well as an opportunity to learn about the many natural wonders of this region. The park is home of the Dilijan town, with beautiful constructions and artistically oriented population, which make the visiting there interesting. Haven of ancient monasteries, although many of them are situated in gorgeous sceneries, but spiritually, they are more than mere paintings on the canvas. Tatev Monastery, that is actually situated on the cliffs of a deep gorge in the Sunik province of Armenia, can also be cited here as an example. Despite going through years of abandonment, the monastery that can be reached through the world's longest reversible aerial tramway, called the Wings of Tate, is not only a sacred place for visitors to find spiritual relief, it also provides a majestic panoramic view of the Great Canyon that covers the monastic grounds. Another attractive place, which definitely is worth visiting, is Geghard Monastery, which is a World Heritage Site partly constructed on the cliff. The appearance of the monastery, its unique architecture that is formed by beautifully carved stonework, and the spectacular location of the building on the territory of Azat River Gorge only add to the list of reasons to visit the place. 5. Festivals and celebrations. As with anything throughout the year, there is always one festival or celebration in Armenia that captures the true essence of Armenian heritage and unity. These are happy, celebrative, and they foster unity and show pride and regard for a specific culture's heritage. Let me also mention one of the most loved and amusing carnivals, Vardavar, the Armenian Water Festival. Celebrated in summers, Vardavar is a day when people in Armenia, particularly the young and the youths, go around throwing water at one another. This custom, with roots in a pre-Christian era, has resurrection and cleansing associations. This is celebrated using water balloons, water parties, water splashing, and other activities which provide them joyful relief from the advent of summer heat. The festival is bubbles and unity, and all the joy of summer is compressed into this simple phrase. Another great holiday is the Armenian Christmas, which takes place on the 6th of January. Unlike many countries that celebrate the day of Christmas on December 25th, Armenians celebrate this sacred day following the traditions that have long existed in their country. The first and foremost activity is going to church, which is an important religious activity and well solemn. During the funerals and other sacraments, the families sit together to take a meal and exchange gifts. Fish, rice pilaf, and dried fruits are typical for celebrations. These foods are symbolic as well as simply recalling the meanings of the holiday. Armenian Christmas is a celebration of the birth of Christ in the fashion of the Armenian people and is therefore a time for reflection, reunion, and festive meals. Another large-scale festival is the Yerevan Wine Days, which is focused around wine production in Armenia, the country with one of the oldest wine industries. Organized in the capital city of Yerevan, this event turns the streets into a living special show of the Armenian viticulture legacy. Food fairs, wine tasting, musical performance accompanied with food units blocking the streets enable the Armenians and other visitors to taste the many Armenian wines. It becomes clear that it is aimed at presenting a rich history of Armenian winemaking, which has been existing for thousands of years, and at the same time at introducing the contemporary tendencies of Armenian winemaking. Yerevan Wine Days is an inviting and cheerful event that brings together people to experience the tradition of winemaking and the welcoming Armenian culture. Besides the above-mentioned national holidays, there are many other festive events which take place across the country with different traditions and significances in Armenia. For example, a harvest festival associated with the cultivation of agricultural products provides an insight of dances, music, and food. The impact of these festivals are that they not only educate people in Armenian culture, but also work to create a sense of kinship with other individuals and produce valuable memories. 6. Armenian hospitality. Armenians are renowned for their hospitality, treating guests with the utmost respect and often inviting them to share meals and celebrations. This warm and welcoming nature is a hallmark of Armenian culture, deeply embedded in the social fabric. Hospitality in Armenia goes beyond mere politeness. It is a fundamental part of daily life. When visiting an Armenian home, guests can expect to be offered an array of delicious homemade dishes. Traditional foods such as korovats, barbecue, dolma, stuffed grape leaves, and lavash, flatbread, are common, and hosts often take great pride in preparing and presenting these dishes. The hospitality extends to ensuring that guests feel completely at home, with hosts going out of their way to provide comfort and enjoyment. The concept of guest is king is taken very seriously in Armenia. Even if a family has little, they will share whatever they have with their guests. This generosity is not only about offering food and drink, but also about sharing time, stories, and laughter. It creates a strong sense of community and belonging, making visitors feel like part of the family. This deep-seated tradition of hospitality is a reflection of the Armenian values of kindness, generosity, and respect for others. Armenian hospitality is also evident during celebrations and festivals. Guests are often included in family gatherings and community events, where they can experience the rich cultural traditions of Armenia. Whether it's a wedding, a holiday feast, or a casual get-together, the emphasis is always on making guests feel welcome and appreciated. This openness and warmth are central to Armenian social interactions and help build lasting bonds between people. 7. Challenges and resilience. Nonetheless, there are certain problems that hinder the development of this beautiful country. Economic hardships, political instabilities, and armed conflicts are not uncommon to many Armenians. Nevertheless, the key features of the people's character, such as their resilience and spirit, remain vivid and integral to the culture and history of the society. Another major factor that supports Armenia is the country's diaspora, which is located in many countries. It should be noted that Armenians living in other countries are an important asset for their motherland by transferring money, investing, and engaging in cultural exchange. These contributions assist in the development of the Armenian economy, support local initiatives, and create a bridge between Armenians living in different countries and their heritage. This shows that the diaspora remains as committed to Armenia as ever in support of their motherland. Government and other local interventions, as well as international assistance, are also crucial in tackling these problems. Other programs are concerned with the provision of better structures, education systems, and healthcare systems to make life better for every Armenian. For instance, improvements in the educational sector, especially in the provisioning of additional facilities, is still being carried out. Infrastructural developments like roads and electricity are crucial in supporting the growth of the economy. Nonetheless, Armenia and its people have always known how to get back on their feet and keep moving forward. Armenians have a strong community spirit, cultural pride, and a well-defined identity as they face adversity. Non-governmental and community-based groups are active in ensuring that needy groups are empowered and that development is sustainable. These have been supported by international relations and aids that play a significant role in supporting these initiatives. 8. Future prospects. Moving on to the future, Armenia has great potential for becoming a successful nation. This country is focusing on technological advancement, tourism, and education as some of the key areas to promote growth and development. The beautiful culture and natural environment make the place an ideal place to visit and also a good place for investment. This paper also finds that young Armenians are participating in new business development, starting up new companies and playing an active role in the Armenian economy. This new generation is in a unique position to help shape the future of the nation while also honoring the traditions and customs of Armenian culture. Thus, in the process of globalization, the Armenian state, its ancient history, and progressive development will remain an interesting and attractive object for many people. It is a tale of a nation in progress, a nation that has the potential to succeed due to its population's tenacity and ingenuity. Thanks for your interest and the time which you have spent exploring life in Armenia with us. We have admired the scenery of the region, felt the harmony of the local traditions, and witnessed the resistance of the nation. If you liked the video and would like to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe and click the like button and share. Tune into this space for more incredible features on some of the most amazing spots in this beautiful world. So, until next time, stay happy.